that people think is really good, and we here on this show really think that something should be talked about on some other show that actually gives a crap. No, no, no. On this show, we talk about important stuff, like after 30 years, the Oscars is not going to have a host, and who is going to be playing Superman, and why did J.J. Abrams destroy the hopes and dreams of so many nerds? Why, J.J.? Why? You had Star Trek. Honestly, wasn't that enough? Well, anyways, after a year of doing this show, we have grown quite a reputation for being the show that has that nerdy host who has a thing against photographers. That's me. Okay, the co-host who doesn't pronounce basic words properly, and most especially this show that no one has actually heard of. One reviewer for the show has said, quote, "I don't know why they keep inviting me on Facebook to watch their stupid show, and could you please stop begging me to like your page? It's embarrassing in a pathetic sort of way," unquote. So if you stayed tuned in, we thank you and honestly worry about you slightly. We want you to sit back, laugh, cry, or whatever it is that'll keep you tuned in. We don't talk sports because we honestly don't know anything about it. We don't talk politics because we think we know stuff, like politicians. We're here to make you smile or something, and it's pretty sad that this stupid show can get a host and the Oscars can't. It's the Early Late Night Live Show, folks. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8, and yeah, let's roll the opening credits. I think I'm live right now. Am I live?
I couldn't tell.
I'm not too sure if I'm live. If I'm live, let me know in my ear, because you may have the camera on the wrong setting. There we go. Yes, okay. We're live. It's the Early Late Night Live Show, everybody. I'm looking at the live stream right now, and it's a good shot of the wall for a second.
There I am.
And here is Arnie as a co-host, and I'm supposed to be the one introducing the show right now. Okay, Arnie, do you want to try introducing the show? No, I don't think you do. Okay, it's the Early Late Night Live Show, everybody. We're on every Wednesday.
Psych.
We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. We're an entertainment talk show. We talk about entertainment. We don't talk sports, politics, or swear. We don't do any of those things on the show, even though I've sworn accidentally a couple of times. But no one has noticed, and no one has said anything. Well, one time someone said it because I made it very clear that I was swearing, but that's anyways, that was another show. We're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. We're also on Exeter TV channel 98 here in Exeter, New Hampshire, and we go to the Sea Dog after the show. So if you're in the area and you want to catch us after the show and hang out with us for a little bit, we're at the Sea Dog right around the corner. Why did we pick that place? Honestly, it's the only place that's open. They serve beer, and they're walking distance from here. So it works out pretty well after the show. Or after we come back from the place, they're stumbling distance from here, which works out well too. We're on Facebook Live on our Early Late Night Live Show Facebook page. And now we're in YouTube, too. We're on YouTube Live and our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube.
We are growing. You will not be able to escape us for long.
No. I want to say hi to Stephen Lomer, who's in the Facebook Live room. We're talking about Typo Squad, his short film that we're going to be producing a little bit later.
Yeah. He actually created the cover for our guest's new book.
Yes. Kara Kamo is our guest tonight. The lady with blue hair. You know, we're going to be talking about her book, A Scientist's Remorse. I also want to say hello to Alan Dillingham, who's also in the Facebook live room. Hello everyone out there. And we're trying out a couple new things. We hopefully we will have the actual Facebook feed on the corner. So actually, whenever there's comments going into the Facebook live feed, you'll actually be able to see them if you're watching them on TV, which is pretty cool.
Oh, neat.
So we just ask that you guys don't swear in the Facebook page.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So that should be right about here. And I'm saying that because I saw that it wasn't on the screen, and I needed to remind them to put it up on the screen. But yeah, we're on every Wednesday.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, right there. Yes. All right. So obviously sitting with me always, unfortunately, is my sister KJ.
Hey, we're all.
Yes, and of course, Mitch Fortier. How are you doing, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. You're sounding better. They were talking a little bit earlier.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, it's 5% better every day, I think.
5%
Yeah. And that 5% is better than no percent, so I'll take it.
That's true. That's true. You're a busy guy too. You're going to be a cowboy soon, from what I.
I am going to be a cowboy soon.
Yeah,
That's
you're
right.
excited about that?
Yeah. I'm. It's like getting more exciting as time goes on. I get to learn my lines, and it becomes more of a fun character. And
cool.
Yeah, I get to play with fake guns, but they're guns nonetheless, and be all cowboyish.
Right? And
no,
I I used to ride a motorcycle. Sad story. I'll hopefully have another motorcycle sometime soon. But
I ride.
You ride. Yes,
Yeah.
you ride. Yeah. I was just a kid. I was early 20s, something like that, and I had a Hyosung, a little Hyosung 250. Yeah, you never even heard about it.
Right. Yeah.
And I was at a bar and I was about ready to leave, and I just saw there was this big burly guy I'm sitting there with, and we were talking, and he was talking about motorcycles. And I'm like, he's like, you ride? I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, he probably rides like a Harley or like a real bike, and I just was riding this little 250 Hyosung. And he looks at me and he just said, bike's a bike, kid. You got two wheels underneath you. It's a bike's a bike, kid. So fake gun or real gun, they're a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah.
Stay safe. All right.
My bike was bigger than your bike. I had a 350.
Yeah, the 350.
That was my first, was a 350. I got it for $50.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put about $100 into it with a chain and a new sprocket or something like that. There was about $150 that I got out of a junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to wire the back lights, the brake lights and things. I had to rewire everything because they were all taken apart. So I had like all this work to do to this thing before I could actually ride it. And then I finally got it on the road and took my test with it and passed. And then something happened. I forget exactly what, but I got rid of it. And it's the last bike I owned.
So you've only owned
a long
one,
time
then?
ago.
Yeah. All right. You miss it?
I love riding. So
if you're just tuning in, this is apparently the motorcycle show. That we're
I think we picked the wrong trailers.
Hello, Renee Bergeron is in the Facebook Live room,
Hi,
and
Renee.
Stephen Lomer says, "Huzzah! The return of the girl with the blue hair." Yes, in a minute she'll be coming on. But also, we just dropped a link for the film, the play that you're going to be in the Facebook Live. So if you guys,
thanks to Danny, Jack, or whoever it was.
yeah, Ryan.
Ryan's
got
Thanks, Ryan.
Right. Now we're supposed to be doing news at this point in time of the show, aren't we?
Yeah, it works out there really isn't that much news.
Our history is news.
Our history, yes,
we're
that's
interesting,
true.
right?
Yeah, I know. It's fascinating. So, Arnie, go on with the news.
Okay, so Alan Alda, the always awesome
Mm-hmm.
Alan Alda, is 83 this week. Oh, yeah. Christian Bale is 45, and Adam Lambert is 37.
Oh, wow, cool.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Like I
lived
said.
another year.
What?
We're not.
Okay, so there's two other interesting things of note. One is Alita Battle Angel, which you reviewed.
Which I didn't like.
Yeah, you trashed in Trailer Trash. Is poised to be the first massive box office bomb of 2019 and the last for Fox as a studio.
Wait a second, what?
Yeah.
Fox Studio
Looks like it's
is
folded
done?
out. Yeah, it looks like it.
Alita Battle Angel.
Took down Fox Studio.
Wow.
So I don't personally know what that means, if they're being, subsumed into a larger entity or what that means. But
Subsumed a real word?
yeah. I said it
Subsumed,
correctly
really?
too, yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah. I'm going to forget it in about 30 seconds. Yeah.
And you'll never know whether or not I pronounced it right.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. What do you say?
Absorbed, taken over. Those are the words that I would have probably come up with.
Yeah. Consumed,
Consumed,
Right, yeah.
maybe.
That would
I mean,
indicate
they're
something
not a
to me.
pancake, Terry.
It took me a second to get that. I'm like, because you said pancakes, and I just started thinking, I like pancakes.
That's funny. You said pancakes. My first thought was bacon. Because what else do you have with pancakes?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you know about this, but every time my family hears an ABBA song, all we think about is pancakes.
Oh, really?
And the
Yeah.
fire alarm going off.
And I have hesitate to ask why.
Okay, well, my father liked ABBA, believe it or not, okay? So he would play ABBA music on Saturday mornings when he'd make us pancakes and French toast.
And
all right?
burn the toast so that the fire alarm would go off.
Right, or we burn the bacon so the fire alarm would go off. Matter of fact, till this day, every time I hear a fire truck, I think about breakfast. All right? So,
Sad, but true.
That's awesome.
ooh, somebody's getting breakfast right now. Or their entire life's destroyed. Okay, wow, that's
One or the other.
One or the other, sort of close. So what do you got?
All right, so the other thing of interest is Adidas is coming out with a new line of sneakers that's
Okay, we
based.
just talked about motorcycles, and now we're talking about breakfast, and now we are an entertainment talk show.
Well,
I
think
like
this is
sneakers.
entertaining.
Continue.
Yeah.
Okay, all
But
right.
this actually ties back because it's a Game of Thrones themed sneakers.
So what? It's covered in blood and nude people? Like,
No, they're made of swords and shields and
looks like the most uncomfortable chair in the world.
And then you got your wolf sneakers, which are like furry and
Yeah.
they have, like noses on them and claws and stuff.
No, they're like house colors. So one of them's like white and silver, like ice.
Like the North,
Yeah.
the Red Castle, all
Right,
that stuff
there's a
kind of
red
deal.
And they're going to
Sneakers,
sell this
so.
for a ton of money.
I would assume so.
They're gonna make a white sneaker and sell it for a ton of money.
I bet you we didn't see the. Did we notice the prices? I bet
did
you they're
not
not that
notice the
expensive. Yeah. Or a red sneaker or a blue sneaker. Yeah, I didn't
Let's
notice.
confess, I did not think.
Did
of
they
that.
have any symbols on them? I didn't even notice.
No, it's just really just colors. Like distinctive.
Just
Hello,
awesome.
Adam Newman and Angela DeVideo and Gary Coney's in the Facebook
Would
Live
any
room.
of you
Just really
buy a
quick.
Game of Thrones
Yes,
sneaker?
would any of
Yeah,
you
right.
buy a Game of Thrones sneaker? Like, I mean,
If it wasn't for Terry, I probably wouldn't have picked up on that. 'Cause that's pretty funny.
What Game of Thrones sneaker? Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Mom's been wearing Game of Thrones sneakers for about 40 years now. This is like, except they have like a Velcro strap on the top.
Yeah, these you have to
My
tie,
sneakers
they're
are from the
old.
north.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah.
Well, my sneakers have like, a dead animal on them. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Is there a brown house? In
That's a Duck
Thrones,
Dynasty
or-
sneaker right there.
I remember when they came out with the Star Wars line of shoes and it had like itty bitty Yodas on it. And my sister got one and
Yeah.
it was kind of cheesy, but she made it look good. Callie can do that.
It's all how you carry yourself in the sneaker that makes the difference.
So, like, I dare you to laugh at my Yoda sneaker.
My girlfriend was showing me that there's this lady on YouTube who she likes to watch. It's like follow her around. She goes shopping and she buys stuff. And I just want to bash my head against the wall when she wants to watch this. But Hannah really likes watching this girl. She's kind of funny.
To each their own.
Right, yeah. And now I wonder if she just makes me watch it because she knows it kind of makes like irritates you. I know you don't like her, but you should watch this, And she had this Star Wars high heel sneaker that actually had a lightsaber as the heel, and it would turn on and make noises as you walked. And I thought, you know what? Now,
What are you possibly
for half a
gonna say?
moment, I thought that's actually really cool right there. That is something,
Well, they
Now-
made a Beauty and the Beast style one that was like I think the rose stem for the heel, and it was all like. And I remember I saw that, and I'm like, I would not wear this in public. Like, I am not 6 years old.
Nor that avid of a fan, or yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I love the movie, but come on.
Yeah. Yeah, this sounds like the kid who goes to Halloween in the ghost costume and just puts a sheet over his head and clearly just doesn't give a crap about Halloween and wants free candy.
I need to go see these sneakers. There's got to be more to it than the color. There's something going on there. I don't know what it is. Maybe they make a sound or something when you step.
Winter is coming or
I'm
something
just
like
kidding.
that.
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah.
How annoying would that be? Winter is coming, winter is coming. I know!
Well, in that case, they could do a Lord of the Rings themed one where they just keep saying, now it begins. Because I remember
Now-
they said that like a million times throughout the 48 hours that was the movie. And it was, after a while, I started shouting at the screen, it began! Like 3 years of my life ago!
Star Wars would be, I've got a bad feeling about this, but that would take a few steps.
That
They'd have to be in sync.
I've got, and imagine if like a reset, so just wait a minute.
Yeah.
I've got a bad.
I've got.
Imagine if you went jogging, okay?
I usually end up saying that when I jog out in public.
We weren't going to talk about the sneakers, so this is.
Okay,
Oh,
all right, sorry.
surprise and a half.
All right, we're running out of this. Is the fashion show.
Whose
All right.
idea was it anyways?
we gotta play the trailer for our guest book, A Scientist's Remorse by Kara Como, the lady with blue hair, and she's gonna be coming on to do her interview after we show the trailer for this.
Yeah. So check
this
it
film.
out.
Right, and clearly, hopefully she knows a little bit more about sneakers than we do. 9. Okay.
She just shook
Are
her
we on
head,
break yet?
so.
'Cause I need to look this up.
Okay, folks, we are going to be right back with our guest, Kara Como.
We got a lot of mileage out of it.
Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on our Facebook page, the Early Late Night Live Show Facebook page, and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. We're very creative like that. Also, we're on Channel 98 Exeter TV, and you just saw the trailer for Scientist Remorse, written by Kara Kamo, the lady with blue hair, who is sitting on the couch with me right now, and she's back. How are you doing?
I am fantastic.
How long has it been since you've been on the show?
Sometime last year.
Sometime last year, yes.
Sometime in the fall or something. It's been a
When
while.
we were in the other studio.
Yeah, in Chester, yeah.
Right, yeah. We don't mention the town.
Oh, we don't.
Yeah. Silly.
About the same time I was on then.
Yeah.
That was in the fall, so.
You weren't here the last time I was on here, no?
No, but
I
around
know
the same
as a
time.
guest.
Oh,
was a
you
guest.
were?
Yeah.
Then he got promoted.
And then they forced me to
That's
come on
how
as a
it
co-host.
works.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
Yeah, then I got blackmailed into co-hosting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, well, never mind then.
That's yeah. No, you see, that's well, how he got the co-hosting position was we unfortunately Derek Foley couldn't make it for a few weeks and eventually he had to step down, which is sad.
Right.
Kate Eppers is on the Facebook Live room. Hello, Kate. And so I just called up Mitch because I just saw you on Facebook. I said, oh, hey, how's it going? I said, hey, you want to come back on the show? He's like, yeah, sure. And so when? I said, what are you doing tomorrow night? And he's like,
Actually, it was tonight. It was the day
oh,
of.
yeah, it was the day of, yeah. Not last minute at all.
I'm like, well, my day job is, I haven't had a day job in a while, so let's do
Spoken
this.
like a true artist. so he came in and then I said, hey, do you want to fill in? He goes, well, yeah, sure. Who am I in competition with? I'm like, nobody. You want to how about now? And now he's here. So yes. So if you want, you got to kill Arnie if you want the position.
I think I'll
Or
let
pay
it,
me. Yeah.
He doesn't pay you. Sit right there. You're stuck with us now, right? So tell us a little bit about your book.
All right, this book is the prequel to the last one that I wrote, Memories of Colonel Salas. And it's not a standalone, so you have to read the first book before reading this book.
Plug.
Yes, that was kind of the idea of writing this book. See, it's written 40 years after the events that took place in Memories of Colonel Salas.
Okay.
And it's written from the point of view of one of the main characters. So it's written in the first person point of view, and that was one of my, I guess you would call it, one of my weaker points of views to write. I normally do third person. That's, for me, has always been easy. But I had a lot of help with beta readers helping me out. My editor was fantastic and gave me great suggestions. So that's where this book came from. And it's a little bit on the darker side. It's very apocalyptic. It's it's also kind of sad, I would say. But it's really all about the characters from the first book. It's kind of taking you back in the past. This book came about because all of my characters from the first book had so much backstory.
Right.
I came to that point where I said, I could write a book about just their stories. So that's how that happened.
Now, I asked you in your previous interview, one of the things I asked was what was one of the dreams. By the way, Stargate fan right here. Okay, all right. I feel so alone in the world. All right.
I'm with you.
You're a Stargate fan?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen any of it.
Okay,
but,
all right,
yeah.
all right. Yeah, I felt like I was the only person. Like every time it was just Star Trek this, and I love Captain Kirk and everything like that. But there's a difference between liking Star Trek and being a Trekkie. I found out. So
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
No question about that,
so,
yeah.
So I've been told.
Yeah, we're like the cousin of yes, oh right.
Yeah,
you're-
I think so.
That you invite because you feel obligated to. That's why.
Because they've got no place else to go.
Stargate's like the awkward cousin, like the cousin Eddie of the Trekkie world.
Yeah, it's something like that. Something
Okay.
like that. Yeah, well, actually, with Richard Dean Anderson, yeah, that makes sense. So yes, but you were talking about. I said, what would be one of your dreams? And you said your dream would be for people to write fan fiction. I think about your story.
Yes.
And so you're creating your own little universe with this storyline, right?
Yeah, actually I am. See, this book itself is more to propel the first book. That's the whole idea. Because the next 6 books, if not more, are all going to be connected to Memories of Colonel Salas loosely. So they're not all going to be like, you have to read Memories of Colonel Salas to read them in order. No, that's not how it's going to be.
Right.
What it's going to be is that I'm going to add a little hints back to some of the other books.
Right.
So that people who have been reading all the stories up until now will have those little Easter eggs. So that was the idea that I had, because eventually all of the characters are going to come together and they're going to have their own little adventure. So I thought it'd be really cool. I said, well, you know what? I'm almost making my own fan fiction, so let's keep it going. So,
Well,
yeah.
by the way, my sister Peggy says hi, Kara.
Peggy, hi.
People like Peggy.
We actually have
What's
Peggy
not
on
to
the show.
like?
Well, I could tell you a bunch of things, but I grew up with her, so but we're live on TV. So
Peggy's pretty cool, though.
shut up, Arnie.
Okay,
Stay in that part of the couch right now. Okay.
I'll just be the book holder.
So now, how many books have you written?
So far,
Written and published, just to make sure.
written and published.
Right.
Well, including this one, this is my 8th book.
Okay.
Yes.
So remember, we had you on, and you said you had to like go back to like when it was a while ago how you wrote some book or restarted something. You said, and I was like, you had like written your first book at what, 16 or something like that? 16.
Technically, I published my first 2 books when I was 15.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
you don't hear that every day.
yeah.
Way to make us all feel like underachievers.
Yeah. We host a TV show that doesn't get much views.
If it's any consolation, when at that age, it was my mom who found my stories and said, you need to do something with these because these are amazing. And so she was the one who encouraged me to actually get them published.
Our father had a similar opposite response actually to the subject.
It was kind of like, you need to go outside.
So yeah, right. Oh, by the way, Kate Epper says Peggy is the bestest. Shut up. What is this, a Peggy love fest going on?
Don't even get Steve started on her.
Jeez. No, he doesn't like her anymore.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, sorry. Peggy shouldn't be brought up on this show right now. Right now. All right, so this book is done. You're obviously going through the promotion of it right now.
Yeah, it will be officially available for purchase on February 11th, so next week.
All right, let's see if we can drop, we want to drop the link to the first book in this series, because this is only the second book, right?
This book is more of to push the first book, Memories of Colonel Salas. This book is not connected to the other next books. This is a spoiler. This book is a spoiler for Memories of Colonel Salas.
Oh, good. Well, let's drop the link for that in the Facebook Live room because people can find that on Amazon.
Yes.
On Amazon. So what's the next step from here then?
The next step from here is working on the next 6 books that are connected to Memories of Colonel Salas. I'm actually writing them all at the same time because they are all loosely connected to each other. They are standalone books, unlike this one. So right now I'm in the process of working on a trilogy, actually.
Oh, cool.
So, and it's very fantasy with bits of sci-fi, but very fantasy, working on the Arthurian legend. It's not exactly what you normally would think of the Arthurian legend. It's a little bit different in my world.
I think you'd be surprised what I think about the Arthurian legend.
We could have a talk on this one. This would be fun.
Yeah, I'd be like, cool. In my brain, I'm thinking, I have no clue what the Arthurian legend is.
I had hopes that you did. You were getting me all happy for that.
No, it's just the co-host side of me. I got to sit here and think like I know what you're talking about. Like the politician thing is, but we don't talk politics. Never mind. No, it's right. So okay, cool. We're working on the next 6 books. Now, if someone was out there saying, I'm thinking about publishing a book, I'm thinking about writing a book, but I don't have the time. I gotta have the commitment. I gotta have. Oh man, yeah. I'm talking about myself right now. But what would you say? What would be the one bit of advice to the person you'd say of that?
Something that a fellow writer told me a long time ago was that you make time for the things that are important to you. If it's not important, then you're not going to have time for it.
I used to have very similar talks like that. And I used to really tick people up. Mitch, did you have something to say that I saw you lean in?
Nope.
Okay.
I was going to say something to her about you.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, people used to say, I love what I do. I said, cool, would you do what you do for free? And they'd be like, yes. I said, very good. Now, would you invest money in what it is you do?
Right.
They say, yes. I said, okay, now will you work a 40-hour-a-week job that you hate to make the money to invest in what it is that you do? And they say, no. And I say, okay, well, you guess you don't love it all that much.
Right, exactly.
Then they say something to me that's not appropriate to say on TV, and we're no longer friends. So, but that's the devotion that you need. You need to just get up and you need to, And I was told, now, me and Arnie, because I write mainly scripts, but me and Arnie talk about writing bursts and stuff like that, which I am not I published one book. I'm not really a published author. I'm not really, an author as Arnie is. What is your method, would you say, for actually getting the book done? Do you have a system? Do you say I write this much every day, or I write at this time,
For every writer's different. They have their own method to their madness. For me, if I have a scene in my head and I don't start writing it, then it's going to haunt me for until I get it done. That's just what happens. I don't sleep, and I can see my husband in the background trying really hard not to laugh because he knows how true that is. And for me, like for the last 2 weeks, I was actually going through a bump because I couldn't, it was a really simple problem too, but I couldn't get it figured out until I talked to one of my writer friends last night, and I'm like, you know, that was so simple. Why didn't I talk to you sooner? She's like, yeah, I don't know why. Why didn't you talk to me sooner?
I actually had that experience
Yeah.
on Monday night.
Yeah, and so that's usually what it is that I do it scene by scene. If I look at it like all of it at once.
All right, real quick, we got a shout out to our audience. Rich LeBlanc Jr. of Chester, New Hampshire is in the Facebook Live room. Hello,
Hey,
Richie.
Rich.
How you doing? Sorry, we have to shout out to our audience.
No,
We always
Somebody
have
lives
to.
in
that's
Chester.
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So, you
But
were
yeah,
saying.
but no, that's what I have to do is I have to write I have to like look at it little by little. That's kind of like my motto with me, my friend, is little by little. And that's what really gets me through a huge project like this trilogy. It's almost at times seems suffocating to me because it is such a huge project for me.
Right.
So I have to look at it scene by scene and sometimes paragraph by paragraph because the concepts I have are so complex.
That's
So
interesting.
yeah, that's
okay.
what I have to do.
Can I point out something that kind of struck me is that writing has always seemed to be something very solitary that you do as much as you can, and it's all by yourself, and then you have somebody edit it and and make corrections. But it sounds like you've got a team of people behind you.
Oh, yeah.
People that you've relied on
Oh, yeah.
to help you not only just logistically but creatively
Oh, right.
too.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know where I would be without my team. I have my best friend Stephanie, I have my husband, I have my parent. My dad is a huge sci-fi buff, so if I have a concept that's really out there, I'll run it by him and see, have you heard of this? Does this make sense? Sometimes mom, who's not even a reader, because she will format my books, she'll catch things sometimes that say, that doesn't look right, is this right? So she'll connect with me. And then I have my beta readers who are really awesome.
What does beta mean?
Beta means they're the people who read your books before the editor does.
Okay.
So they kind of like, they are the ones who don't sugarcoat anything. So if something isn't right, they will tell you.
Like gamers, they'll play the game for the first time before it
Right.
actually gets released to the public and
Exactly.
tell you everything that's wrong with it.
Right,
Find all the
exactly.
bugs and all that other stuff.
And if it weren't for the beta readers, then I don't know where I would be right now.
How many do you have?
So far I only have 2 solid ones. I'm trying to work my beta readers more. The more you have, the better, because the more feedback you get. The more feedback, the better, is my opinion, really.
So I'm going to tell you right now, the director's saying something in my ear,
Oh.
and I can't hear him. So he's going to have to say it again, but I think we've only got a minute or two. Hang on a second, he's talking.
What is he saying?
Okay, got it. All right. So that was it. That was nothing important.
Okay.
So all this pause for this,
I know,
I used to try
Big
and hide
dramatic
this.
moment.
I know we're like waiting.
I used to try and hide this thing. All right. Anyway, so you're going to stick around for Trailer Trash.
Yes, but I have one major shout out that I promised a friend I would
Okay.
do. All right, on Saturday in Dover at the Free Thinkers Corner, we're having a cosplay Meet the Authors event at 12 p.m. It's a new place, and what we're doing is there's about 5 authors, myself included. We're going to be selling our books. Come with your best costumes. And we're also going to be doing a little bit of a reading from my book, Memories of Chronosalis, and a
All
bunch
right.
of other books. So
Cool.
please come.
We'll have that event. We'll drop it on the Facebook Live,
Woo.
and we'll drop it in the YouTube link. I think we got about another minute or so, and then we're going to be cutting to an ad. And you're sticking around for Trailer
Yeah.
Trash, which we'll be talking about the trailers. So, A Scientist's Remorse by Kara Kamo is available on Amazon, correct?
Not available yet. It will be available on February 11th, only on Lulu.com. It will not be available on Amazon for another about 4 weeks after that.
Digital
process.
copy and hard copy?
Right now, we're working on the ebook, so it's only going to be in a physical copy and a paperback right
Okay,
now.
cool. Well, very cool. Okay, folks, I'm sorry. I got another talk in my ear. Anyways, we're going to be right back. Check out this ad for, I'm pretty sure, Tex McGrew, and let us know what you think. And we'll be back with Trailer Trash. All right, cool. Stick around. Sometimes it's so hard.
Perfect, thank you. No, I'm sorry. What I meant to ask is, can I exchange some money for your nickel?
Oh, yeah.
So, no, thank you. I'm sorry. I just don't want to go to the desk.
No. Let me see what I got here. Oh, you get 2 dimes for a nickel?
Yes, perfect. Thank you. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, have a good one.
Wait a minute. 2 dimes for 1 nickel?
Yeah. It's like $1. It's 4 quarters and $1. It just sounds.
Right, but I think it's 2 nickels for 1 dime.
No. Let me show you what I mean. Give me 4 quarters.
4 quarters? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go.
Yeah, see, I mean, oh, you're right. I did.
Right, you see what I'm saying? Okay.
So I owe you a nickel.
Oh yeah, perfect. Then I'll give you your 2 pennies back.
Yes. Have a good one, sir.
No wait. I still only have 2 nickels. How did that work?
Because you gave me a Canadian dime.
Canadian Dime?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Well, that's American.
No. See, the head's a little different on this? It's Canadian.
I guess he does have kind of a receding hairline.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just keep whatever we have.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And you're back. It's the Early Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on our Facebook page, Early Late Night Live Show Facebook page. Like us, follow us, leave a comment. We'll mention you during the show. And on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. So if you don't want to be on Facebook, go on YouTube. All right? Or go on Channel 98. All right? Exeter TV Channel 98. And this is our favorite segment of the show, Trailer Trash. And up first for this week, we have
What Men Want.
What Men Want. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, so What Men Want is a movie coming out, I think, February 8th. It's directed by Adam Shankman, and it stars, let me see, Taraji, I think, Henson. Did I say that right? Okay.
so.
Aldous Hodge, Max Greenfield, and Tracy Morgan.
Okay.
And the upshot of it is, passed up for a well-deserved promotion, sports agent Allie Davis gains the ability to read men's minds, which she starts to use to her advantage.
All right. Now, are we playing the trailer for this? I just got to ask the back room. Just want to make sure the trailer can be seen for this. This is pretty much a soft reboot of a Mel Gibson movie from 2000 with Helen Hunt called What Women Want, which was a very good movie. We really liked
Yeah,
that movie.
I really like that movie.
I was just told I was not aware we're going to be playing this trailer, which means that someone forgot to send the link to the trailer. So anyways, we'll drop the link.
It's a very
for
good
that
trailer.
It's
Yeah,
a very
it's a
good
trailer.
Check it, check it out. This is what this happens. It's a live show. We can't go
Yeah,
back
we
and
do.
re-edit
This one I did
right
send. I know I sent it.
Yes.
So.
No, I sent
Not
this.
of me.
All right. So by the way, our guy in the back who's been working with me for a long time is named Dan Graham, and when we work
awesome.
with him, we call him Damn It Dan whenever he screws anything up. Damn it Dan. So all right. So Damn It Dan.
So yeah, so this was a hit in the year 2000. It was directed. The original was directed by Nancy Myers.
Okay, all right. Now, I just got a link, I just got a message finally in the YouTube page, and it says, it's from my girlfriend who's watching this on YouTube, and she says, just a heads up that Terry's girlfriend is watching and evaluating his trailer reviews, because she sometimes gets upset with some of the things that I say about
Oh,
about the
good.
trailers.
Comment and when you disagree.
Yeah, comment when you disagree. So, What Men Want. Well, all right, so I'm going to let Mitch take this first then.
Oh my goodness. I actually liked the first one too because it was kind of fun and different and new, and just to see what the writer was coming up with regards to what people were saying, and then how they'd spin that into some useful or funny or or otherwise valid material. But yeah, so I mean the trailer itself looks interesting, and Tracy, yes, thank you very much. 3 minutes of him is worth an entire movie
He's
for
funny,
me. He's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
So.
All right, okay, so overall, Kara?
Well, I like anything that Taraji Henson is in because she's super, super funny. She's really good at what she does. This, to me, I saw the trailer and I was laughing because I thought that's kind of something that us women, we do think about that. And I haven't seen the first one with what...
First one's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but how cool would it be if you combine the two in one movie? Seeing a guy seeing a woman's thoughts and a woman seeing a guy's thoughts, and they just realize, oh my gosh, we can hear each other's thoughts. That would be kind of funny.
That would be funny.
I'm just
That would be
saying,
some really
that
cool-
would be amazing.
But,
this looks really good though.
Okay, Arnie. By the way, Hannah says, haha, just listen to Arnie. All right, all right, now you listen to Arnie.
I must confess, when I first heard this movie was coming out, my first thought was, who cares what men are thinking? That was my first thought. And I was like, no offense, guys. So I was just saying, it's not that
Do you
hard
want
to
to
figure
co-host
out.
next week? You care now.
No, I was just kind of, that's rude, I know. But that
Homicide
was
is
my
no
first
longer a
thought.
prerequisite.
All right, go on, Arnie.
I really love the two stars. I love Tracy Morgan. I am not that interested in the basic plot, honestly. I really couldn't care less. But they brought a lot of energy to the screen, and I would kind of like to see what they do with it when you get there.
All right, well, let me see. Kate Epper says she liked the original. I love Helen Hunt. Yes, okay.
Oh,
The
yeah,
original
Helen Hunt was
was really good. All right, so my thoughts on this trailer was it looked funny. And I was looking at it and I thought, most of the things those guys were saying, honestly, that kind of looks like probably what they were thinking. This does seem pretty accurate. I don't know if it looks funny. one thing I really liked about the original one was it was funny, but it was also poignant by the end of it.
Yeah, because Mel Gibson learned a real lesson about
right, and
not
it
being
was
a jerk.
actually very sweet, and it was like and so I'm hoping this one it could still be funny, and it did look funny by the trailer. And Taja is really a good actress. I love her, and I hope this one also kind of brings that around. Which again, I've seen the full original one. I have not seen the full one, just judging by the trailer. I hope they kind of add a little bit deeper than what the trailer is showing. But overall, not too bad. So we're going to jump into the ratings. We got to hop ahead because we're killing this right now. We're killing this. All right. Mitch, do you have comments, by the way, people said about the trailer?
Kate just repeated it there.
Okay,
so
all right, cool. All right. Really quick, Kate also said, what are men thinking about? I wonder.
Pretty sure it's bacon, but yeah.
It's amazing, right.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, Mitch, thoughts?
I'm going to go one sideways, one up.
Okay.
I won't tell you why.
Um,
I won't tell you why.
Okay.
I'm gonna go one thumb up because of Taraji Henson,
Right.
just because I really like her, but one thumb down because I'm really not a comedy person.
Okay. All right. All right.
She's very serious, as you can tell.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to do one thumb up again for the cast, and then one thumb sideways because, again, like...
Which is kind of how I feel too, because it does look funny and it looks pretty solid, and it does look kind of like what it's doing. It's always a cheap shot to have some woman nail a guy in the groin, but it's like it's always a cheap shot. It's like it's not funny. It's just like a smack in the face is funny. All right, men getting smacked is funny. Three Stooges is amazing. All right, okay, but but beyond that, it does look like it could be good. So one thumb up, one thumb in the middle. And now, if you truly want to know what men want, you should watch the trailer for the next film. Hobbs and Shaw. Please tell me in the back room you actually have this trailer so we can play it for them, because that's what I would like to do.
Yeah, this is a very visual trailer.
This is a very visual trailer. All right, Arnie.
All right, Hobbs and Shaw is part of the Fast and Furious franchise. It's directed by David H.
That looks German. I can't pronounce that. Okay.
David Leitch.
All right, David Leitch.
Right, yeah.
Yes, I had it. Yeah. It's going to be released August 2nd. It stars Jason Statham, Dwayne Johnson, and Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's about hulking lawman. Lou Hobbs teams up with...
Hulking lawman Luke Hobbs teams up with lawless operative Deckard Shaw to battle a genetically enhanced terrorist who has superhuman strength. This is amazing. Okay? I'm jumping right into this. Okay? I despise the Fast and Furious series. I thought this is just dead brain cells splattered all over the screen. Okay? That is how I feel every time I see this shit. Like, how long are you going to be keeping this stupid series going on? They're at 9. I saw the trailer for this film. I said, thank God they had 9 other movies, because now it was worth it for this trailer. It is just, they have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson spooning out, just eating coffee, like out of trash, because why the hell not? Like, you know what?
Because that's how manly a man
That is how manly, how do you take your coffee
Those beans
black?
probably weren't even roasted.
Exactly. How you take your coffee black without water. All right. This is how you take your coffee. So, Mitch, your thoughts on this?
See, I am, unlike you, I like the Fast and Furious series.
Okay, all right.
Because there's a lot of action, there's cool stuff generally going on, and I'm maybe not as complexly minded as you are. That's me saying I'm simple-minded, but that's neither here nor there. I like the trailer, I like the action, I like the series, I love Dwayne Johnson. Alba is kick-ass.
Alba's awesome,
I just said that out loud. And I'm excited about this movie.
Okay, all right. Kara, your thoughts about this movie?
Well, I'm more of a horror sci-fi person myself, but I do like some action. I do love Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Always love him.
Right.
But for me, this seemed almost too much. Like, I loved the action, but it's just like,
First
boom,
of
boom,
all,
boom.
okay, all right.
It's her
You gotta
opinion.
hold on.
I'm just saying.
All right.
It's like, what else is there aside from just...
Well, what else would you put in this?
I don't know, like more, I don't know.
What would you
I'm
say
just
this film needs? This needs a sentimental moment or something like that?
Look,
Okay.
it it looks good, but it just almost seems too much. At least, do you know what I'm talking
It's
about?
like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Real men.
Yeah. It's just like, that's what it came across to me. I mean, it looks good though, but it just was very powerful.
Not
that's all.
many. You're not gonna know. You're probably not gonna know this this movie, but this is what was that Sylvester Stallone movie with Kurt Russell?
Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash. This reminds me of Tango and Cash. All right.
Right.
Which was
I
just
love that movie.
That movie's
Surprisingly,
amazing.
the
Awesome.
two women are like,
All right. That movie.
That was an
is-
intense movie.
Right. Yes. That movie is awesome. Okay. This reminds me of Tango and Cash, which I really like. All right. So your thoughts?
Okay, so this movie is so ridiculous and over the top that I'm like, yes. It's gonna give me a headache when I walk out of the theater, but it'll totally be worth it for the stupid throwaway lines that they have in it. And, him eating the coffee just... Actually, no, it was like him eating the coffee and then him telling him, this is like the 4th time I've saved the world, so yeah. It's like, really? Come on. It's like Expendables, but extreme.
This is like the A-Team, like a two-man A-Team right now. What if Hannibal, BA, and Faceman were all wrapped up into one person, and then Murdoch was sort of meshed with someone else? You know what I mean? That's what this is.
So yeah, your brain cells will die watching this, but they'll be happy. It'll be a good death.
It'd be a happy, good death for your brain cells. If you have a comment about these trailers, by the way, if you have an opinion about these trailers,
I do. There was an opinion.
please feel free to drop the link, drop them in the Facebook page or in the YouTube channel, so we can see, and we will read them out loud. What you think about them? All right, Hannah, I know you have an opinion about this trailer, and I would love to hear what you have to say about this. I know.
Okay.
So
John Keck said, one laugh, but it was a big one.
okay, yes.
And Donna said, as much as I love you both, never would I see this movie. Which I think is a pretty definite thing.
That is Adam Griswold's in the Facebook Live room. Hello, Adam Griswold, who helped co-host the show last week, which was awesome to have him on.
Yeah. So, so I agree with you. It's an over-the-top movie. Like I said, I have a headache walking out of it, but this is almost as good as John Wick.
This is like, John Wick is like epic. Okay, like you have to. All right, John Wick
is almost a religion.
Yes. All right, John.
So I've gathered, actually.
All right. Yep. All right. So, anyways, okay.
I think we probably should rate it, although I'm pretty sure I know what your rating's going to be.
2 thumbs up. Go ahead.
I gotta do 2 thumbs up. I love Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson.
I'm going to do a thumb just because it's over the top.
Okay.
But I do think it's good.
Mitch,
It's no-brainer.
no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer, and it's a no-brainer.
no-brainer.
All right. Anyways, I want to thank Eric Mo for coming on the show this week. Hope you had fun.
It was great.
All right. We'd love to have you back at some point in time, especially hear more about your book.
Yeah, good luck with everything.
Quickly plug your website, because I got to get a couple more information out, and then I got to go to break, apparently. I was just told, because we ran out of time really quick.
Well, my website is karacamo.com, so my full name, very simple. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything but Tumblr, because I have no idea what that is.
And Kara is obviously an easy thing to spell, so we'll drop the link
Yeah,
on the
right.
Facebook page. All right, coming up this Friday, we're having a first time ever live launch for our road trip rolling documentary, The American Traveler. Our first episode in this. We're hoping to do a series of these films, and it's going to be happening right here. We're going to have a little event, a little bit of food, a little bit of drinks. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be having a live event, the live only screening of this going on to Facebook Live, our YouTube channel, and onto Channel 98. Our show, The American Traveler. We have the trailer coming up right after this to play. I want to thank Kara Kamo for coming on the show, and I want to invite you personally to come on down here. It is free. And join us for the very small but very fun festivities to launch our show, The American Traveler. So here's the trailer for that. Let's roll it. And thank you, Karen, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I'm going to sit back and just let them roll into it.
We look cool, don't we? 2 badass guys in a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, gone. All credibility.
All gone. We just lost it.
Out the window, man.
Well, the basic idea was going to go from the State House to Lebec, Maine on 1 tank of gas.
7-hour journey. 7 hours to the end of the world.
We'll be driving from Concord, New Hampshire to Lubec, Maine, which is the easternmost part of the United States. So essentially, as far as any American is concerned, it's the end of the world.
We're turning onto Ireland Drive. Now, if you don't know this about, I don't know why we're turning onto Ireland
$5
Drive.
we missed our turn.
We started this epic journey. We're 40 minutes in, we haven't even left Concord yet.
That was pretty bad. Oh, yeah. No, that's Two-Face.
Still got 5 hours. Don't mind me.
And does this place exist?
I gotta Google animals with cameras.
That's really weird.
Morning, sweetheart. I hate you.
And you're back. It's the Early Late Night Live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. What you just saw was the trailer for our first episode of our web series, our Amazon Prime series, actually, The American Traveler, which will be available very soon. We're launching this Friday night right here in downtown Exeter. We're going to have a little live event where we're going to get to meet some of the crew members, and then we're going to be launching it and having it screened for one time only on Channel 98, and then one time only on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and then at that point, it's gone, and it's going to be only available on Amazon Prime. So we want to invite you guys personally. It is free. Come on down, and we will drop the event. The event page should be dropped in the link below. Check it out on Narrow Street Films Facebook page in the event section. But moving on, we have some news, local news from Mitch, who found out some stuff, right? That was really professional sounding.
What? So this week, I got stuck on YouTube looking through some videos, and I found this really cool page. Now I can't remember the name of the page all of a sudden. Oh, yeah, so which is super useful. But it's, I'll think of it. It's a small, they're sci-fi shorts.
Oh, cool.
So,
so short films?
Short films, and they're really well made. Oh. But so once I remember the name of that channel, then that'll be useful information.
Are they local, or are they?
No, they're not local, but that got me kind of curious about what was going on in sci-fi world, and I found a sci-fi festival is going to be in Somerville, February 8th to the 18th.
Oh, very cool.
It's their 44th annual, and it's the longest running sci-fi genre festival in the country. So the tickets are $14 to $175 for their VIP all weekend class or pass. There's going to be 80 shows or 80 productions in 11 days. They originally started in Orson Welles theaters back when they were originally opened up, and now they're at the Somerville Theater.
Oh, that sounds cool. I want to check that out.
I just fucked up my whole, I just said that out loud. I just effed up my whole computer. I did not just say that out loud. Moving on. All right. I'm trying to keep an eye on the links in the comments just so I can shout out to people, and then I just did something that's not supposed to happen.
Now they will be shouting.
We're moving on.
Yeah, really hard to do.
So Somerville Sci-Fi Festival.
Somerville Sci-Fi Festival, and me looking up that YouTube channel that I was talking about.
All right, well, I'll take a quick comment.
Dust is the name of the channel. So if you look on Dust on YouTube, there's some really good sci-fi stuff on it.
We'll drop that link in the Facebook page. Quick comment. We said, aside for the about a comment about the movie Hobbs and Shaw, which, as we all know, all right, is something that's Oscar bait right there. That's totally Oscar bait right there. Women in lingerie as set pieces is annoying. As for positives, you have the love of Rock and Statham's chemistry, and I approve of your trailer reviews. You got me this time. Okay, good. Right. Mitch fell into the YouTube hole. She knows the feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think we all know the feeling of getting lost in a YouTube hole.
Well, this Dust channel is actually easily, I mean, the stories are good, and the production quality is good, and it's free, and it's cool. So
sometimes the YouTube hole is a good thing, you know, and then other times it's like, oh God, I hope no one ever finds my
history. In this case, very much so. Yeah, I also came across this festival, interestingly enough, on NewEnglandFilm.com. So all of our viewers who may or may not know about the resources that we have as actors, as producers, as people who work behind the camera, NewEnglandFilm.com is really, really useful. There's actually crew opportunities, casting opportunities, and you can post your information on there as well, so it's pretty useful. Not only if you're looking for work.
Is it a state site?
It's actually privately owned.
Oh, okay.
By this woman named Michelle Meek, who actually happens to also own or run and publish the Independent, which I think is out of Rhode Island and more local to Rhode Island. The publication is about independent filmmakers and or grassroots filmmaking, and they're actually looking for new ownership. So this this is all tied in together. NewEnglandFilm.com has a news section and a blog as well. So, so the Independent magazine looking for new ownership and a really useful publication from the looks of it. And they've got a website as well. I think it's independent-magazine.org, which has got a bunch of information about publishing of movies, or getting them bought and or distributed. All of that kind of useful information for people who may not really understand the process.
Okay, by the way, if you see a look at my face that this is kind of interesting, it's because I don't know, just do you guys, I actually don't know what news Arnie's going to be bringing up most of the time because they send me the news and I just don't read it. And that's just,
Neither do I, for the record.
Yeah, and so.
I usually do, but just not this week. Just not this week.
So this is, you didn't, I don't know if you passed out this information, but this is really interesting. This is the stuff that us as local filmmakers.
Game of Thrones sneakers was a fantastic news.
It was funny.
Okay?
I totally agree. Yeah, and completely out of all of our budgets, by the way. I looked it up. They're like $300.
$300 for a white sneaker.
Not entirely white. There's actually, there's a little bit more to them than that. But
I would hope so.
Yeah.
For $300, yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be so, but I don't know what and why. But they're expensive.
Now you said, jumping back to this, so you said people who are looking for work.
So NewEnglandFilm.com, you can do paid and unpaid volunteer work. So if you're brand new to the industry, you want to find some acting work or some production work, volunteer work for independent films, then it's a great place to find that kind of opportunity. If you are a paid actor, I've actually gotten work off of there as an actor. I've gotten work off of there as a grip, as a PA. I think that's pretty much it, but there's plenty of opportunity for everybody. So NewEnglandFilm.com, and then that led me to the Independent and some news article in there about that in particular.
And for those of us as artists who don't have a legitimate job, that's actually, this is good. I mean,
right.
And those of you who do have legitimate jobs, this is an opportunity still.
As an actor, you're looking for work. You're looking for your own work. You're your own recruiter, if you will. And so you're promoting yourself and marketing yourself just like any other freelancer would. You have to go to the places where they're posting that information. And New England Films are a great resource for that. You get some really amateur people posting in things that you may or may not get paid for. You may not enjoy the experience because they're not professional, but I mean, that's what you run into, and now you start to get to know people, get to know what's right, what's wrong. You got to cut your teeth on that side of things. So it's not going to be perfect all the time. But that being said, the Independent magazine had all these useful articles in it, and I thought that was really cool. So I'm like, let's go check out this magazine and what's going on. And they're like, yeah, we're looking for a new publisher or someone to take over the magazine. I'm like, that's a big job. How do you do that? Who takes over a magazine? And they want proposals. So I'm like, this has just became this interesting, another rabbit hole. I get stuck
in the link to that application.
So yeah, YouTube sucks me in, and so do these strange, odd, little independent magazine.
I thought you were going to say people as you looked at us.
People. No, I get blackmailed by people like you.
It wasn't completely, okay, it was a little bit blackmail, yeah. So, all right. This is what we try to do with this show, and going over a year now, is to give people opportunity to shine and to give me an opportunity to say stupid things live on TV, which is a pretty big opportunity for me, And the thankfulness of not having too big of an audience is that we'll never get asked to host the Oscars.
Though we are available.
We are.
Yeah. True story. Except I can't do any of my own writing, so I'm going to need these two to come with me.
Let me see. Karen Booth says, glad to see you feeling and sounding better, Mitch.
Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. He thanks you. Who's Karen?
One of my best friend's wife's mother. So she's kind of like a second mother to me. They're very, very supportive, nice. And I spend a lot of time with them in the summer. So. Oh, well,
this is what this show's about. Is about spreading this information, spreading the wealth, and showing people kind of how how to have fun doing this and how to do it really do it. Like, to me.
And where to get great new books.
Where to get great new books. But I mean, Karen Moe is really doing this.
I don't read, generally speaking, but you made your book sound really interesting, so I'm actually going to go out and find your first book.
So you were like,
and that's my speed, exactly.
Right,
yeah.
And it's like,
it's just a little thicker than a magazine. Oh, the print is really small. Oh, darn it.
That's all right. It's my copy anyway now.
There's multiple syllable words in this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it.
So hopefully the information that I'm bringing locally is useful. I mean, I'm searching for stuff, and I'm just like,
I'm going to check out that website.
I don't know, or whatever. I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all about how you know and who you know and how you go about doing it. And things happen at the last minute. Essentially, they always do. So you got to constantly be kind of hungry and working towards and trying to find new avenues to promote it. So moving on really quick, we're going to send an invite to anyone watching the show that if you are an artist, a performance artist of some sort, like a writer, author, actor, filmmaker, we don't take photographers on the show, and it is a joke that I say just no photographers, but it's just because we don't have photographers on the show. I'm not going to explain why. If you can't figure out why a TV show doesn't need photographers, let's move on. All right. And so, but if you guys want to be a guest on the show, then come on. I mean, send us a message on our Facebook page, and really, I mean, we're there. I mean, the email address to come on the show is
killarneyt@gmail.com.
So we'll drop the link for that. KillarneyT, KILLARNEYT@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest on the show, she handles all the scheduling.
If we have time, and to further hopefully get her on the show, Christine Alton has agreed to come on the show next
Oh,
week.
we'd love to have Christine Alton
So
on the show.
I'll have to follow up with her, of course.
I had her on my radio show that was prior to this.
Oh, nice.
And hopefully she doesn't remember me, so she'll come on the show.
Nice.
You never quite know. But I mean, if you want to, and another thing too, if you want to figure out what it's like to work on a film set or work on a show, it's fun. I mean, it's a high energy. There's a lot of like at the last minute. But I mean, also, if you want to come and work on the show, come on. I mean,
we need help.
Look over someone's shoulder. That's right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If you want to just come and just see what it's like, I mean, we're lucky we have a steady crew. People come in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Director, 2 tech guys, 2 social media guys. I mean, producer. I mean, it's a lot of work to get these shows on, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Reach out to one of us. Come early. Schedule it. I'll come early. We can walk through stuff and answer questions, things like that. It'll be fun.
It's been good. So, all right. We're about ready to start wrapping up the show.
Before we go to break, though, can I do one thing?
Sure. It's not a break. It's the end of the show.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
6.
6?
You're not going to get that. But everybody else out there in YouTube land and Facebook land.
Okay. If you know what that means, send me a text message. All right.
It's the Patriots.
Oh, oh, right. Yeah. We're not supposed to talk about sports on the show.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have brought me on the show.
We shouldn't have
that whole thing about not knowing about sports, etc. That's not me.
Okay. All right. We don't talk about this. All right. You want to keep your job here, right?
Where's that awful woman that's like, wait, they were playing? That's awesome. Did they do well?
Right.
Did they get a home run?
Did they sink a basket?
Exactly.
Now, I just got to ask really quick. So last week we were supposed to be premiering our ending theme song, which was written by Gary Coney. He's supposed to be playing. He wrote an ending theme song for our show, and I just got a message from the producer out back. We do actually have it. So Gary Coney, we are going to be playing your ending theme song at the end of this show. But I want to thank our guest, Kara Camo, for coming on the show. We are going to be going right after this, except for you. I think you got to take off, probably.
Maybe.
All right. We're going to be going to the Sea Dog after this. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a drink. And if you are in the neighborhood, swing on by and say hi. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in our YouTube channel and on our Facebook Live. This is a lot of fun. And do we have a guest for next week?
Yes, we do. Stephen Sumner.
Stephen Sumner is coming on next week, so very much looking forward to him. He's a fun guy to work with. It'd be great to have you guys on the show. Great audience, great crew. Anyways, this is Terry Trainer with the Early Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. Interview guests of all sorts except for photographers. And we are on Facebook and we're on YouTube. I want to thank Exeter TV, Channel 98. So check us out. Go on our Facebook page and so on and so forth. And we're out of here. We'll see you next week. 6.
Bye, everybody.
5.